Reporter Jennifer Bisram has been in contact with this neighbor ever since the shooting happened last month. Tonight, he finally decided to tell his side of the story. Jennifer live in the newsroom with more on her discussion with the neighbor. Jennifer?
Kale, I talked with this neighbor the next day after the shooting, and he didn't want us to go on camera then, but now tonight he did talk with us. And the reason why he decided to talk with us tonight is because he says that he's just tired of the media portraying George Zimmerman as the bad guy. He says that he wants people to let the justice system take its course before they start judging.
I saw George. He was banged up. He had 2 big bandages that weren't flat. It looked like they had a bump on them.
This neighbor, who didn't want us to show his face, is talking for the first time about what he saw on George Zimmerman's face less than 24 hours after Zimmerman shot and killed Trayvon Martin.
I see him have a big bandage on his nose and his nose swollen. On the side where his eyes were at, it was swollen.
He shows us exactly where on this picture.
I seen the bandage right here. There's a big bandage, and this side of his nose and this side of his nose was swollen.
This, the surveillance video released by Sanford police of Zimmerman when he was brought in for questioning after the shooting. Bruises and bandages aren't visible, but you can see an officer looking at the back of his head.
You get into a fight. You don't show bruises that day. You show them the next day.
His thoughts on this 911 call made on February 26th, Zimmerman screaming for help.
They're sending him.
So you think he's yelling help?
Yes.
All right, what is your...
You feel this because?
I hear his voice every single day. I talk to him every single day.
The guy on the bottom, who I believe had a red sweater on, was yelling to me, "Help, help." And I told him to stop, and I was calling 911.
Trayvon was in a hoodie, Zimmerman in red.
The guy on the bottom, who I believe had a red sweater on, was yelling to me, "Help, help." And I told him to stop, and I was calling 911. And then when I got upstairs and looked down, the person that was on top beating up the other guy was the one laying in the grass, and I believe he was dead at that point.